Conversions were light last week for the Chargers. They go to Dobbins. He's got it this time. And Dobbins powers his way inside Panthers territory. Jordan Fuller comes up to make the tackle. Davis in motion. Herbert to throw. And he's got his tight end up the middle. He's got McConkey up the middle. McConkey slips the one tackler and gets a first down inside the 30. All right, Gino, thank you. Third down and long. Let's see what the Chargers do. Pressure's coming. Herbert's going to the end zone for Johnston. He's got it! He got position around Horn. Touchdown, Chargers. 29 yards, and what a shot in the arm that was. 3 receptions last week, and this is his first touchdown this year, I should say. And the point after is no good.
That's his first miss.
Wow. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Young will throw for the first time today. Middle of the field. Incomplete. He had Tommy Tremble, and it was broken up by Christian Fulton. He's now a two-way player. Off the play fake. Herbert to throw. Herbert looking to the near sideline. Herbert's under pressure. He breaks away from Clowney. Throws on the run. Intercepted! J.C. Horn at the 40-yard line. Pressure is coming from the outside from the Chargers. Young in the pocket. Pressure's coming. Breaks away. He's got foot speed. He's looking downfield. He's in trouble. He lost the ball down to the 45-yard line. Denzel Perryman tracked him down. Second down and 7. Herbert, middle of the field. Pass is complete. He's got Disley, the tight ends. And he moves forward to the first down marker. In fact, he may have gotten just past the first down marker. They've got 3 tight ends in the ballgame. They give it to Edwards. And Edwards is stopped behind the line of scrimmage by J.C. Horn. What a first quarter for J.C. Horn. Yes, so 10 plays and less than 20 yards. The little dump pass to the outside is complete to Deontay Johnson. They let him be an athlete. He gets a few yards up to the 28. Bosa's at the bottom of your screen, number 97. Young dumps it off to the near side. Pass is complete to Sanders, the tight end, but he's shy of the first down. That was a heck of a hit by Taylor. Palmer in motion to the far side. Edwards in the backfield. Herbert to throw. He's under pressure. He eludes it. Now he's going to run. A little high step sideways before Jewell takes him down. Flip the script these first 2 weeks. Dobbins. And he's got a first down.
When everyone knew with Greg Roman coming in.
7 rushes so far. Herbert keeping himself. Herbert with his big body lowers his shoulder inside the 10, down close to the 6-yard line. Dobbins in the backfield. Hurst in motion. Herbert to throw again. Throws to the end zone. Wide open Johnston. His second score of the day. He slipped into daylight. And it's 12-0 Chargers.
We're good.
To be in here in the National Football League. They run away from Bosa Hubbard, and that's important right there. That is the first down. Bryce Young drops back to pass, middle of the field, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by the Chargers. Elijah Molden came diving into the secondary to pick it off. And now the Chargers in their last drive, they ran some clock. Let's see what Herbert does here. Pass is complete to Palmer. Dobbins trying to get to the edge. He's got a blocker. He's got more than a blocker. Inside the 25-20. Did the sprints help? Oh, boy, he somersets into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
Here we go. Throw side.
Hubbard bounces off a defender and gets to the 35, so he's got a first down. That was charged to the Panthers.
Well,
it's a Panthers timeout.
They helped Jim Harbaugh down.
Bryce Young to Sanders. Sanders trying to make a few men miss, and he just gets back to the line of scrimmage, the original one. Chuba Hubbard in the backfield. He's got 6 carries, 33 yards. Off the play fake, Young dumps it off. That's a safety valve. Tommy Tremble, the tight end, and Tremble inside Chargers territory. Derwin James eventually takes him down. To Hubbard. Hubbard makes a man miss. Hubbard trying to get inside the 40. He does. Inside the 35. Shoved out of bounds by Derwin James. Well, that's a nice burst to begin the second half. Third down and 5. Play clock was winding down, trying to get his man out of his break. It's incomplete. He threw it a little bit too far. Christian Fulton was in on the coverage. 31 straight field goals here at home. This will be a 38-yarder. Good snap, good hold, and it's right down the middle.
That's a legal formation.
Here's Dobbins, 86 yards for Dobbins, making a little bit more. Dobbins out to midfield. And Dobbins, by the way, over 100 yards for the second consecutive week. He's the first Charger in team history with back-to-back 100 rushing yard performances to begin a season. And he's going to add to that here as he's down to the 36.
That's shocking with LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yep.
You know, you wouldn't think that.
Last year, the Chargers converted 27% of their third downs. Today, they're 5 of 7. Edwards trying to get there, and he's going to be a yard shy.
Remember, he missed that extra point, and the other two weren't great kicks either.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is on its way, and it is good. He's now 48 for 48 in the regular season. Trips to the top of your screen. And Young will have to throw. Pressure's coming. He doesn't see Bosa, and Bosa takes him down from behind. Down to the 24-yard line. 69 career sacks for Joey Bosa. Second and 6 off the fake pitch. Middle of the field. Pass is complete. He's got Disley. And Disley covers up the football. Missed tackle will take him out toward midfield. You don't see Shaq Thompson miss tackles that often. McConkey in motion. Off the play fake to Edwards. They dump it off to Palmer on the outside, and Palmer stiff arms his way to a first down marker. He had one-on-one coverage with Mike Jackson. He's lined up bottom of your screen. Herbert to throw on third down. Pressure's coming. Herbert steps up, avoids it, and then throws underneath. He's got Johnston. Tackled by Shaq Thompson, but he's got a first down. Herbert has time in the pocket, now steps up. He's being brought down. He lost the football. Josie Jewell falls on top of it.
So they call it a fumble.
Underneath pass, it's complete, but it's shy of the first down marker up to the 25, so they're 2 yards shy. Herbert takes the snap out of the gun, throws to the middle, pass is complete to McConkey. A flag is in as McConkey goes up to the 44-yard line.
He's got 2 touchdowns today. Last time we saw him in tight, they went to him.
They hand it off to Dobbins, and Dobbins has the first down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Robinson makes the tackle.
In motion, it's man. Justin Herbert knows that now. That's his indicator.
And Herbert looking that way, looking toward the end zone, and it's incomplete. He was trying to go to Johnston for a third touchdown. The 42-yard field goal attempt. Kicking from left to right. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on its way, and it is good. 26-3. Chargers on top. Try to get him some confidence.
You keep him in, and you keep working, and you try to get better. That's the only thing you can do. That's a nice throw right there to Thielen.
His first target. Panthers are going for it with trips to the bottom of your screen. Bryce Young, slant pass is caught. Deontay Johnson's got a first down. 13 of 18 for 60 yards. They'll hand it off instead. They got the first down as Sanders gets it down to the 35-yard line.
That's just absolutely brutal and unacceptable.
And Young, pass is incomplete. He tried to get it to the outside. Play clock down to 2. Young, pressure's coming, middle of the field. He has Thielen. He's well shy of the first down, but he gets inside the 35-yard line to the 33. For the Chargers, they had 347 yards of total offense today, 205 on the ground. Final score, 26-3. Chargers win it.